What's up, guys? I want to share with you a resource that I created probably about a decade ago that I've been using at the consultations with new members in my gym. And of all the things that I've used in consultations, this has been the most successful tool I've ever used. I never really have taught this or made this available at all. So this is kind of the first time you'll be hearing this from me. It's going to sound simple, but when you really understand what's happening here and the power of this, you'll definitely start to use this in your gym. Now, I have put it on the whiteboard what's exactly on this sheet. And so when I'm sitting in a consultation, what I'll do is I'll have the sheet with me, and then I'll be writing and filling out the sheet while I'm kind of working with the client to get the answers that I need on the sheet. Now, the overall premise of this is so many people are so confused by all the things that they need to do. And the job of this sheet, and it's called My Health Roadmap, the job of this health roadmap is to be looked at as this trusted advisor that says, hey, I got you. I'm gonna tell you everything that you need to do. The only thing you need to do is show up to the gym and do what I tell you to do on this sheet, and you'll be good to go. And so what are people coming in with? They're coming in with fear, they're coming in with uncertainty. And by you creating this sheet and filling out the sheet with them, you're being like, this is exactly what you need to do. You're coming in here, you want to get here. This is the plan in the middle that's going to get you where you want to go. So what it does is it decreases their level of uncertainty. It decreases their stress level because it's, all right, I just got to show up. All right, I just got to do these things and I'm going to get the results that they want. So understand, it's not just about building the plan, it's about decreasing their level of stress and uncertainty, that this is not going to be like all the other things. Because that's like what they're coming in with. They're coming in with all the other times they failed. They failed on Weight Watchers, they failed on the diet, they failed at CrossFit, they failed on all these different things, and they're carrying that with them and coming into your consultation room and being like, is this going to be just like the other guys? And when you can present this plan to them in a simple and non-complex way, it's going to be a much more effective start to the relationship. Okay, so here's essentially the first thing. Now this is aside from, we're still asking questions, we're still asking, about the goals, but this is after that point. We get to building the plan of, all right, here's what we need to do to get there. All right. Now, the first thing is identifying, do they have some kind of a clear-cut goal? And ideally, what I like to do is have the first line be some type of a measurable goal, something where we can say that we started, 3 months ago, we had a goal of getting to here and we got to here. Now, I put a goal of body fat here, but it doesn't necessarily need to be an actual body fat goal, but something that, you guys remember the SMART acronym, something that is actually measurable. Like, what are they working towards? Could be an event that they're working towards that they want to create or accomplish, or run a 5K, right? Doesn't matter necessarily what it is, but if you're going to give them, find out one specific goal that you can really measure, that they can kind of be the overarching theme that they're working towards, right? The second thing is the why, right? And this is something that people usually do not get to. They don't get to the driver. They don't get to, why are they doing this? Why do they want to be 15% body fat? Why do they want to run that 5K? Because the 5K and the body fat goal usually isn't the main driver. There's usually something else driving them. And if you can be the person that pulls that out of them, that's going to be a very, very powerful thing. And so the second piece is, why do you want this? Or what's driving you to make this actually happen? And a lot of times it's well beyond a body fat goal. Like, a lot of times what we do, we talk to people and we say, why do you want this? And after a while, we just asking them, well, what's important to you about this? And we get to, holy cow, I want to be a good role model for my kids. And then you have now something that is an anchor for them, and you can use that as a driver and use it as fuel for motivation for them to be able to keep going when they get down. Because it's not always going to be the straight line to success, right? And I tell you, this is, of all things, is a rapport builder beyond. If you can pull something like that out of people, it's a very, very, very powerful thing that you'll do, okay? Third thing is food. I found that most people, you can make huge changes. I love exercise, right? But you can make huge changes in how people feel and how people look by tweaking what they're eating, and not big tweaks. A lot of times really, really small ones. And this is probably one of all the things that people are uncertain about, what to eat. It's like, I mean, talk about keto one day, paleo the other. Like, people are super confused about this, right? So if you can make this simple and easy, for them, that's going to be a big stress relief for them. So the third piece of it is tell them what to eat. Okay, see where they're at right now. What are you eating right now? Because you want to be realistic about it, right? And then build them right on the spot, some type of. So, all right, here's what we're gonna do. You're eating a bunch of cereal for breakfast. Let's do this. Let's switch that cereal with Ezekiel bread, and just like lay it out for them. Tell them what to eat for breakfast, tell them what to eat for lunch, tell them what to eat for dinner, and try to stay as close to this as possible on a consistent basis. But what you're doing is just giving them what to eat. You're not doing nutrition coaching with them, or just be like, all right, dude, just do this, just follow this as best you can. Again, decreasing the level of uncertainty, giving them certainty. Just do this, okay? The fourth thing is, this is huge, training. Okay, now what are they doing? They're signing up for your gym. Right? So yeah, you're going to build that in. Now remember, this is before the sale is made, mind you. Okay, we're building this plan before the sale is made. What are we doing? We're implying that they're going to continue. We're implying that they are going to do this and structure this. It's really powerful. Okay, so what I do is we'll look at the training. All right, so when we'll look at, all right, how many days a week do you think you'll be able to get here? It's like, well, 3 days a week. All right, perfect. Monday, Wednesday, Friday split, or Tuesday, Thursday? Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay, perfect. So Monday, we're going to come to GFP. We're going to do the 6 a.m. workout. Okay, perfect. We'll do the same thing Wednesday and Friday. So what you have done is you just sold them 3 times a week, but you built it into their plan before the sale is made. Okay, and then what you do is you write in, all right, well, Tuesday, you have a busy day, just like, all right, so I can't really do much on Tuesday. Can you go for a 30-minute walk at night? Yeah, I can do that. Okay, perfect. At night, when you get home, after dinner, go for a 30-minute walk. Boom, built into their plan. Same thing on Thursday. Totally take off on Saturday, and maybe, you create some kind of a ruck or something like that on a Sunday. Not necessary. But what we're doing is we're telling them exactly what to do. Exactly what to do, when to do it, where to do it, who to do it with. We're decreasing their level of certainty by telling them exactly what to do. Okay? And the last piece is basically any supplements that they would want to take. A lot of times we sell a supplement at the consultation because we believe in it. I don't never feel bad at selling a supplement. If all of a sudden I'm gonna feel like a bad person because I'm telling a person to take a multivitamin that's going to make them healthier, it's just like, that's silly stuff. Okay, no, if you believe in supplements and you take supplements yourself, sell them. Okay, but a lot of times we'll build that in. So we say, all right, you're going to do 2 things. You're going to do a protein shake post-workout, and then you're going to try the supplements and stress is the 5th piece. And then you're going to get, let's shoot for 7 hours of sleep. Maybe that's their stress level. If they're really stressed, you can create, tell them to meditate or whatever, but a lot of times it's just, hey, let's just get this many hours of sleep is one of the best things that you can do for stress relief, right? And so all this goes on this one page, right? It's a super simple plan. We got the goal, big goal. We got the why. We got basically a food outline, right? Plan of exactly eat this. When you're gonna go to the gym, right? And then what are you gonna do for this? And again, less is more. We don't put a lot on this sheet. There's not a lot that goes on this sheet, but then they go home and they take this with them and we have them put it on their fridge. And now they have, all right, on one page, this is exactly what I need to do to achieve the goals that I want to achieve. And if I just follow this plan, and if I just follow this plan, if I just follow this plan, I'm gonna get what I want. So this has been the most powerful tool that we've ever used in a consultation. It has changed the game for our customers, changed the game for our clients, made things simple and easy for our staff. Really powerful tool. For the first time ever, I'm going to give you a free copy of it. So there's a link below this video. My man owner is going to create a PDF for it. So you just go ahead. There's a free PDF. Click the link below, and you can get this sheet and start using it in your sales presentation. So hopefully this was helpful. See you on the other side.